Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight on Sketch Up with Magamel. Tonight we have Danny Pellot, new to the comic creative scene. We're going to be exploring his very first comic, Ascendant, Legacy of the Fallen, which is currently in production and soon to follow up on Kickstarter, I believe. Also joining us, we have Inkpot winner of 2025, Inkwell Award winner of 2025. Tee Kordos is joining us tonight, and this is his first time he'll be on the show, so we're very happy to have him. He'll be working on a wolf. Actually, he's going to be working on something creepy and dark for the live art auction. And Tee Crawford is also back. Yay! She's joining us, and she'll be doing a Tank Girl for us tonight. And Roberto Duke from Canada, who we haven't, who we actually had him last year, pretty much about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah. So he'll be here tonight as well. He's going to be working on a Wolverine piece for us for the live art auction.
Awesome.
Right. And Mog will be working on a Pirate Electra, and this will probably be the last of the pirates that she does for this series. And what we're going to do with these, you're going to have to wait and find out. But we're going to be doing something with those that's going to be fun and exciting. So thanks again for joining us. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Happy to have everybody here.
Hello,
Happy to have
everybody
joining us for the very first time.
Oh, Mel's talking. I can't hear Mel.
It's not past your bedtime, is it? Out there, because you're out there in Florida, right?
Oh, me?
Tony.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he can hear us.
Can you hear us, Tony?
Tony can't hear you.
Okay, we'll get back to Tony. Danny, where are you at?
I'm in Florida too.
Oh, you are in Florida. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't sure if you were talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in Florida for going on 16 years, 17 years now.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And where did you hail from before that?
New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's seems to be a common transition.
Yeah.
On the East Coast, you know.
Yeah. There's a lot of New Yorkers over here in Florida.
It ends up in New York, Baltimore, whatever.
What's the weather temperature over there right now in Florida?
Well, it was pretty cold. For the past couple of days, it was like below 40. And because we're getting like a cold front,
okay.
But it doesn't happen often. Most of the time, it's blistering hot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I usually have my AC on like high throughout the night because it's hard to sleep because it gets really hot at night.
Yeah.
But the past few days have been a blessing because it's been so cold. So I didn't have to use my AC.
Yeah, we're enjoying it here in California too. Normally, it's been kind of cold the last couple of years, which is for me, it's not typical. And I've been here since about '85. But the last 2 years, I think I've been colder than usual. But however, this winter, yeah, it's been pretty nice and warm. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm able to go out there to, we get some hiking and walking done. So really appreciative of that. All right. So, Katie, how are you doing?
Hi, Katie.
I'm okay. Hopefully I sound okay. I'm coming through okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I had to laugh at the hot because I'm in Vegas and it is 73 degrees right now.
Really?
I am like pouring a sweat. That also could just be because I'm still very, very sick. This is the first time I've done art in like 3 weeks.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
well, I'm hoping this will be good for you and you can get those creative juices flowing for you.
Yeah, well, it's been a minute. So, but thanks for having me. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh.
I was actually, I I was concerned that I was going to actually be hospitalized. And I told my husband, I was like, you better bring me my phone stand and my box of markers because I will just do some marker art and stream it
Wow.
from the bed.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Wow.
You're
I
so
love you
dedicated.
guys.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
Yeah.
so
for that.
much.
Roberto, how are you doing, buddy? Is it cold up where you're at? Are we muted?
I think Roberto is not hearing us.
Okay, yeah. I remember he kind of had this problem last time too, but that Wolverine he's working on is looking pretty good right there already. So if you do want to bid on that Wolverine, the opening bid he's looking for on that is 75. 75 is what he's
So,
looking for. On
Tony can't hear us.
that. Tony,
I can hear you now.
Okay,
Oh,
there you
okay.
go. So Tony, is it past your bedtime?
Almost. Actually, this is like lay in bed TV time. So
Yeah. We all need that time. I do the same thing too. I'll cut my work off, and then I gotta watch something. It's like I gotta relax my mind and get
Right.
it on something else, or else the gears just keep grinding.
yeah, something to decompress from the day.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Put
That's-
something
that's
on that's
Usually
funny.
necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always take a sip of NyQuil.
I don't know why we got so much
Mom-
liquor in the
mom
house.
resorts to
But you can
drugs.
take a shot of anything. That'll be about the same thing.
Today, I just can't go to sleep, so I just have to knock myself out. It just doesn't work, man.
But
Yeah.
the NyQuil
No,
is cheaper than the alcohol, so I'll have to
That's
give
true.
her that.
I resort to melatonin usually because
Uh,
the other stuff just won't keep me asleep.
I've tried the
doesn't
melatonin.
work.
It doesn't work for me. If anything, I feel like I don't know if it's just maybe conscientious or something, but my mind seems to still keep on going after I take the melatonin. That's
Oh,
worse for me.
yeah, no doubt. So my
All right.
my creepiness I decided to draw is going to be Absolute Joker today.
Ooh, okay.
I'm so Joker.
And does that still have a starting bid of 100?
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go. If we can have that changed on the ticker there, Mr. Kyle. Tony's going to be doing a Absolute Joker, which just recently came out in the Absolute Comics. If you haven't been following that,
Yeah,
and
But he
starting on
fits
that,
my
it's going to be
creepy.
$100.
he fits my creepy.
That's a hot series right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Batman is a much grittier version of Batman, and Batman's already was pretty gritty as it gets in
Yeah.
terms
Yeah.
of like detective comic. But Absolute Batman, it's just like it took all the existing villains and characters and just cranked it to like level like 1,000.
Yeah.
Like Killer Croc is insane. The design they came up with for him.
Do you like the new look of Absolute Batman? They made him so like Hulk-like. Do you like that?
Batman was a big character of mine growing up as a kid. So I've always been used to seeing him. One of my favorite iterations was the Dark Knight Returns Batman in the comics.
Frank Miller.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where
That's where
he fights Superman. Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that version of Batman was so cool to me. He was a gritty, old, retired Batman, and he was still throwing
Super-
hands. So seeing Absolute Batman, it wasn't too far fetched for me because again, my favorite Batman was one of the bulkiest Batmans. So they kind of like made him like this, like I don't know, like this heavy metal doom guy type
Yeah.
Batman, and now he has an axe on his chest, and he has claws on his arms now, and he's more vicious. He it kind of just like it was already on brand. It just they just upped the level of what he was doing before. So I wasn't too. I know there's some people that just don't like it at all. Like they don't like the design at all for Batman.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think it fits. I think it fits the aesthetic of what they were going for and the characters that were in that they changed. So I like it. I think it's a cool change.
Now, are you picking up any of the other absolutes? Are you getting to any of those like Wonder Woman, Superman?
I seen Wonder Woman and I seen Superman, and I would say with Superman, I don't know. I feel like they could have went a little more with him. He looked a little more simple compared to a lot of the other designs that they did with the other characters. Wonder Woman looks awesome.
I want to check out
They
the
did
Wonder
really good with her
Woman.
design. I like she fits, like she looks like this like hardcore Amazonian now, you know?
Yeah.
So
But would you say they copied the design from Magic?
Well, not.
Would you say?
I wouldn't say the
With the
design.
big sword?
I did think about that when I seen that. And I was like, they kind of close, they were real close to that line. They were treading that line real close, but they did enough changes to where it was like, okay, I see. We're good, I guess. But it was overall, it's still a cool design. Like I like the way they made her look and like her personality, the changes they did to them. It was pretty cool. I like. I'm not too far into the series because I just discovered it probably like a couple months ago. So I've been kind of like between work. I've been checking it out. So I'm not fully caught up on it, but so far what I've read, I really like. It's very the polar opposite of the regular Batman, because it's much darker, grittier. There's darker tones involved in the story and the characters. So yeah, I like it overall though.
Are you picking up any of that stuff, Tony?
I have not actually. I got the first appearance of Absolute Joker, just because I thought it sounded cool. I wanted to see what it was all about, and but I haven't really picked up much of anything. I want to pick up the Wonder Woman. I heard that one's really good, and it really leans into the mythology aspect of things, from what I understand. So I'm kind of curious about how that goes, but yeah, I haven't really gone into it. But I kind of like the design of this Joker. So it kind of reminds me of like a little bit of Venom and Slender Man, kind of all mixed together with him, with Joker.
Yeah.
So
I do like they came out with the Absolute Poison Ivy, and I actually like the way how they redesigned her. Right?
I haven't seen her yet. I didn't even know they had
that like
Poison
just
Ivy.
came out last week, didn't it?
Just came out. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. I didn't even know that was out yet. That's cool. I have to check that out.
So some of the covers that came out with that look pretty good. I haven't read it yet, but hopefully they do something a little bit more with the Poison Ivy, because that's a character that I haven't been really fond of. Just couldn't get into her, so I'm hoping they do something with her this time that'll make her more interesting than she has been.
I think they made her look like a very vicious Swamp Thing looking thing.
Yeah.
Really, that's the route they went with her.
Yeah, she definitely looks different.
Yeah,
Huh.
she's different.
It's no longer
They kind of show like
sexy or
part of her is still sexy. It's like they show half of her and she
Part of it.
like a little monster in a way. But yeah,
monstrous, very monstrous. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna look it up right now.
so you can take a look at that. But yeah, it's kind of cool with the way how they came up with those stories. Same thing with Marvel coming up with their Ultimates and stuff. That was a fun run there too. But anyway, let's get down to Mr. Danny.
Yes, Danny.
And talk about Ascendant, Legacy of the Fallen. So how did you what is this story about?
Okay. So pretty much I watched a lot of I guess I'll give you the inspiration behind it, and then I'll tell you the brief summary about what the story is about. I watched a lot of anime growing up as a kid. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, around the time when Toonami was a thing. Inuyasha, all those old classics.
Yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho. You know, I grew up watching a lot of those shows when I was younger. So yeah, they're legendary shows. A lot of people don't even know about those shows anymore. You know,
Yeah, they do.
I'm not
I
sure
love
how I
like-
feel about him saying
Nobody
they're
knows.
old.
you know, so I was pretty young when I watched those shows, and they kind of like, you know, they stuck with me as I grew up. And you know, I watched one of the shows that I really enjoyed for not only the art style but the story itself, like how they handled it, was Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I really resonated with that show, with the character, you know, kind of like being put into this position that he wasn't really ready for, or that he didn't really want to be a part of. He just wanted to be a kid. And, you know, he takes on that role and kind of grows into who he was meant to be throughout the story, and kind of see it. So I kind of used experiences in my life growing up as an artist to kind of create this story, but obviously I took it with a more fantasy and magical aspect to it. And the story is basically about the main character. His name is Torque Dravenheart, and he is a child that was born into a world that was already on the brink of destruction. It was already dying.
So just like
And-
us.
Yeah. And the planet is not our planet, like Earth. It's not Earth. It's a planet I created called Exion. And the lifeblood of this planet, the energy that kind of courses through the veins of this planet, is called astral energy. And basically, it's like the more energy that starts to be produced, the more volatile it becomes and the more unstable it becomes. And it starts to create fissures, destabilizes the temperature of the planet, volcanoes erupt, you know, all the bad stuff that happens at the end of the world type stuff. So you find out that all this is being caused by the main villain of the comic, and his name is Valen. And Valen is basically trying to keep himself alive to find a cure to his disease. And the only way to do so is to consume astral energy from the very planet. But by doing so is destabilizing the planet's energy, and then it becomes just like, you know, it starts to just crumble and fall apart. So the story is basically about Torque, who finds out that he is a soul wraith. And soul wraiths are these beings that were born every 1,000 years. And their sole purpose was to bring peace and balance to the planet and basically keep things level so the astral energy output does not exceed, and then the planet dies. And then alongside them are these beings known as Veilborns. And Veilborns are like, basically like, they're like second in commands, they're assistants that work alongside them to kind of help them along their path as a solar wraith. So when Torque is born, solar wraiths have not been born for a long time. No one knows why. No one knows why. No one knows why any more of them have been created or come back or whatever the case is. So when that happened, they really believed this is it. The solar wraiths aren't being born anymore. The planet's destabilizing. We're screwed. And here comes Torque out of nowhere. He's created. I don't want to say too much about it because it's going to spoil the plot twists and things like that. But basically, Torque is born, and Valen not very happy. So the story basically goes: Torque discovers along the way who he is, what he is, and he doesn't want to be this solar wraith. He doesn't want to be this person that is basically the last thing that can save the planet.
Okay.
And there's a lot of responsibility on him. So he meets these other characters along the way, kind of like pseudo Avatar, pseudo One Piece, where you start meeting these new cast members that are joining the crew, so to speak. And you start to learn that they also have their own goals that they want to accomplish that are being affected by Valen. And they all have a common enemy, Valen, so they all join together. And basically you get to see how these characters grow together and how they eventually stop Valen at the end of the series. A lot of the characters are based off of people I've known or family members. And there's the main reason I even decided to do this book was because something very personal in my life happened not too long ago. My mom passed away from cancer. So when that happened, I was already in the process of making the book.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of gave me the idea to, basically eternalize that experience. And basically what I decided to do was I'm deciding to make the comic book in memory of her. And one of the main character has a guidance character that kind of like teaches him the ways of the Solareth and how to understand his powers and kind of like learn how to adapt and grow. And that main character, her name is Kayleen. She is based after my mother.
That's your mom, yeah.
Yeah. So,
The mentor.
and Kayleen is basically a reincarnated being of the god of my world, known as the Astral One. Basically, the one that created the planet, the powers, all that stuff.
Yeah.
He basically instilled his power and his meanings and everything about himself into Kayleen to basically shepherd the Solareths, to kind of guide them along their path of becoming who they're supposed to be to protect the planet. So, she's a very important character in the comic for, obviously because it's based on my mother, but also because she's like the anchor for Torque. She's basically the one that's when Torque loses his way, he'll find his way to her, and she'll be the one that keeps him planted to kind of stay focused. But there's a lot that goes into this story. There's a lot I've worked on. I've been working on it for about a year now. From fleshing out the story to the characters to the world, the twists, all these different things that I came up with. And now I was at a point where I was like, all right, the story's finished. It's done. I have the acts for the most part figured out, like the main plot points. And I have the first couple chapters already written out. So I've already begun starting on actually drawing the chapters out because I'm doing all the art myself.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't have any outsourcing. I'm not having anybody else work on it with me because I feel like this is personal. This is like, a very.
So you're a one man
Yeah.
team on the whole thing. Nobody else.
Yeah. I have an editor that helps me with the story aspect and making sure there's no plot holes and making sure everything flows. But other than that, I'm doing everything else. I came up with the story, the characters, the names. I'm the one doing all the art, the coloring, the cover art, everything.
How are you doing the art? Are you like old school pencil or is this all digital?
No, I have a very fancy Cintiq tablet that I draw with my computer. Because before I started this comic, I was doing indie projects for other people. Okay. I worked on a few projects, nothing major, nothing crazy or well known, but I've been working in the indie field for a bit and kind of getting my grounding so I can understand how the world works in this, art space.
Learning this industry and how it works in the background.
Yeah, and I've been learning a lot. I have a good understanding of, how things work, and I've been joining a lot of Facebook groups, and I've been working with a lot of really awesome people, fantastic writers, awesome other artists that I've worked alongside. So I've been able to kind of build up my experience and, work on other stuff. And it's kind of helped improve when I work on my own things. So,
so how long have you been working on this?
On the story?
Yeah. And the concept.
Well,
when did you first get the idea for it?
The first idea, believe it or not, came up when I was 14 years old.
Okay. And how old are you now?
The character Torque, I was 14. I was in high school and I played a lot of Metal Gear growing up. and I loved Gray Fox. He was always such a cool character to me with the design of a ninja. And I was like, I want to make my own ninja. I want to make a cool ninja cyborg character. And originally Torque was supposed to be a cyborg ninja.
Okay.
And the story didn't really have any of the depth that it has now. It was very, I was young. I was like 14. So I didn't really have an understanding or grasp of stories and plots and things like that. But that was when it first kind of started clicking, was the character design, like the character himself. And then as I got older and I started taking art more seriously and I started improving and seeing what I was capable of and what I could do, I was like, I want to draw my own comic. You know, I have the art, the skills to do so. So I just need to get a story now. And, you know, I don't know. I just started watching a bunch of different animes and reading mangas. And, you know, I play a lot of RPGs and video games. So I got ideas from there. And I just started kind of Frankensteining things that kind of connected with my story that worked. And, you know, then I sprinkled in a little bit of my own life experiences as an artist and kind of the adversity I had to go through growing up as, you know, the nerdy kid getting picked on and things like that. And kind of growing up and learning about life and things like that. And I don't know, just a lot of my own life experiences and things I've seen. And kind of one day I was like, you know what, I want to make a comic. And I started working on it. And over the time of me working on it, it evolved and became what it is now.
So based on what you told me about, like what you like and when you got inspired. So what, you're about like 40 now?
I'm going to be 35. 35.
Okay, well, I was kind of in the ballpark.
No, you was close. Yeah, I'm 35.
I'm trying to get an idea of how long he's been working on this. That's the whole reason why. And that was my initial question, right? So that's the reason why I asked that. So
I'm 35. And I'm going to be honest. I've been sitting on it for a while.
Right.
I was sitting on it because I wasn't sure if I was ready yet at one point. You know,
a lot of times when I get people on here, right, and they tell us about their project, right, and I listen to what they say, right, yours has a little bit more depth in the world building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Definitely. There's like a lot of backdrop, right? Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Yeah.
it sounds like he took more than, you know, half an hour to build his universe.
Just, you know, it's easy to come up, okay, well, this guy has this power and this guy has
yeah.
Okay, but you're tying it all, your world into this astro energy, and there needs to be a balance.
Correct.
Or else something's going to go wrong,
Yep.
which is what is happening. Something's going wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so that's an extra level of world building we don't normally see.
Oh,
and that was
actually kind of makes me feel more confident in my story.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's all there, but I'm saying with that element, with that aspect of your story, right, from other people that we listen to. And I'm not saying that I'm a great storyteller myself. I haven't really written anything per se. Okay, but
we recognize good storytelling.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't want to sit, like I said, again, I don't want to give away too much because I feel like
that's totally understandable.
Yeah, I mean,
do you read books as well?
I used to for a while. It's been a couple months since I read a book because I've been so busy with work and stuff. But yeah,
it's a couple months. I haven't read a book, and I want to in about like 20 years now.
You gotta listen to the audiobooks. That's what I do.
That's what I do too. Yeah, I listen to audiobooks. It's good because I can listen while I work.
Exactly. Do you have a favorite author?
Same thing, audiobooks.
One of my favorite authors has to be Tolkien.
Of course. Yeah.
Known for
I love his worlds, Lord of the Rings, and that world building element that he has. It's something else.
He has his own language.
That's
his own alphabet, everything.
Well, I didn't go that far. Because funny enough, you mentioned that there was a point where during the creative process when I was creating the world, and because like I said, there's Solareths, there's Veilborns, and then there's humans. There's also another race. Granted, one of the supporting characters is the last of that race. They're known as the Wukari. And the Wukari are like simian primate-like creatures. And the inspiration came from another one of my favorite mythological characters, which is probably hands down my favorite mythological character, Wukong, which is the Monkey King.
Wukong?
Okay.
That's so awesome.
So Monkey King, I watched all their movies. I read the book. I played all the games, and he's like one of my favorite characters. I have like, you know, the disc plate posters you can get. All of my disc plates are Wukong related on my wall.
Wait,
So
did you
let me see if I can flip the
yeah.
camera. Let's see. Is it showing? Oh, there we go. So
Where's Walter? Where's this reading?
this
Wow.
is the Wukong with his staff.
Wow.
That's him when he's in Nirvana, and then that's like him like on a mountain with the clouds and the dragon and stuff like that.
That is
So
a fantastical, epic story for
Yeah.
sure.
But you know what's funny is that it's considered like a fiction in Asia, but the derivative, I think the origin is a god in India. It's an
Yes.
old ancient Hanuman. If you read his story, it's incredible. Actually, I recommend that you read. It's just amazing. And that Wukong is actually from there, and Hanuman, the Monkey King, the monkey god. And I think
Wow.
you'll really love it. You should. His journey is so epic. It's like the first superhero comic story ever in a mythology. When I was
That's
reading
cool.
about Hanuman, I was totally tripping out. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
This is insane. It's even better. I feel like. Well, Journey to the West is an amazing story in itself. But yeah.
yeah, it's so good. Like I've seen every iteration of it, and basically with the Wukari, I came up with a race known as simian-like creatures, where they have like human-like features with the long hair, the tails, and things like that. And the character that is a Wukari that survived, his name is Ishimaru Senji. And Ishimaru, basically, Valen is searching out. Okay, I guess I'll say this. He's searching for these relics. There's these legendary relics that were created long ago by the first ever Solareth, known as Aurelian Veil. And Aurelian Veil was basically, he was like, all right, when the time comes for the next Solareth, I'm going to show them about these relics and why they're important. Because they're basically like fail safes. These relics are fail safes in case what's currently happening in the current story where Torque is born into and the world is dying. So these relics are used to kind of circumvent what's going on. And one of those relics is known as it's called the Tectonic Seed of Primordia. And this Tectonic Seed of Primordia is basically the heart of Exion. It's what keeps balance throughout Earth and the plants and the life force and everything. And the protectors and the guardians of this were the Wukari, because they are one with the nature. They can kind of connect to the Earth on a deeper level and know when the planet's hurting. Kind of like Final Fantasy, where the lifeblood, you know, they can Barrett could tell like the planet's crying out, you know, kind of like that. So, but these beings, they are like the guardians of nature on the planet of Exion. And Valen sent men to collect this Tectonic Seed of Primordia because he knew of its importance. And right when everything was going down, the overseer of the tribe gave it to Torque and placed it inside of his staff, known as the Ryobu, which is obviously is designed based on Wukong's Monkey King staff. And he escaped. So now that's later on they end up meeting Ishimaru, and that's why Ishimaru's on the run, because Valen's trying to find him and get that seed from him. So,
Wait, so Valen actually stole the Monkey King's staff?
No. He didn't get it.
Okay, he didn't get it.
Yeah, no. Basically, what happened was they're underground. The seed is placed underground, deep beneath the tree that there are bases in. They have like a large tree. Think of like the Deku tree from Zelda. It's like this. So yeah, it's like a huge tree, and under there's like all these different pathways, almost like an underground base. And at the very, very bottom, deep center is where the seed is, and the Ryobu staff is passed on from generation to generation, and the next person that got it was Ishimaru. But he had to go through a trial. But because Valen went and sent men to attack, they couldn't do the trial. So the seer's like, I trust you. You're the only one that was chosen to use the Ryobu. So I'm going to give you the seed, and you have to protect it with your life. So he gave him the seed, and Ishimaru wanted to stay and fight, but the seer was like, no, you got to go. He's who you want. You got to go. So he left, obviously wasn't happy about it. And later on, they run into Ishimaru. And at first they think he's a bad person. You know, they think he's an adversary, because Ishimaru is on edge, obviously, because he thinks that they were sent by Valen. Yeah. So when they find out, no, we're trying to stop Valen, Ishimaru's like, oh, me too. So basically, each character that you interact with, that you meet in the story, is going to have been affected in one way or another by Valen, because Valen was out searching for these relics. I can't say why or how he knows where these relics are, but but just know he knows where they are, and he sent his men to try and get these relics. So now things start to move, and you start realizing, you start seeing the pieces fall in place, and you see them start to connect, and you're like, wait a minute, why is that? Okay, yeah. So I want to say so much, but I want to keep some hidden things because it's so good.
How many issues do you have planned for this?
Well, I plan to do them in bulk. So I have 5 acts altogether, and each act is roughly 200 to 255 pages, give or take.
Wow.
So it's going to be like a full manga type.
Do you want to?
Okay, so it is going to be a manga style.
Yes.
Format.
So black and white, just black and white.
Yes,
right?
black and white. Yes, correct.
No way you can have time to do unless you have assistants, but wow.
Yes, yes. Black and white is the easiest way for me because I do it by myself. So
Right, so
I'll be doing it black and white. I mean, I will have full colored covers. The covers will be fully colored, and between each chapter, so to speak, of the book, there'll be a colored page, kind of like a divider of like fan art or like something that I drew of one of the characters or something that's pertaining to that chapter. But for the most part, it'll be black and white, and it's beefy, it's big, and it's epic.
Right, so
And I am excited for people to read it because I had so much fun creating it.
all right, will this be down
the
to
world.
50 pages, or are you gonna I'm to like the normal manga format, which is about 50 pages, I believe, or are you gonna do the whole 250?
I think I'm gonna do it in chunks like that, like you just said,
Yeah.
because what I planned to do was I planned to do the first chapter for free to just put it out there.
Yeah.
So kind of like get some feedback from people to see what they think, because the first chapter is the descent
Okay.
of Torque.
Huh?
It's
So how
basic.
do we?
He's going like down to the underground.
He falls down to Exion.
Okay.
Ew.
Oh
So
wait,
how do we-
I totally forgot. Hold on. Okay, so Valen is draining the planet, right?
Right.
And you're
Right.
wondering, where is he? I forgot. There's a city in the sky that he created known as Elysium.
Oh, okay.
No wonder.
Right.
I was gonna say that one sounds like a smart guy. And
Yeah.
he's sucking the blood out of the earth. Even though he cures himself, at the end there's nothing to stand on him. He'll die if Earth dies. So now
Correct.
it makes sense because he doesn't care. He's from a plane.
Yeah, he's literally above the clouds. They look at the people down below look at it like heaven.
Oh, so he doesn't care at all if this thing dies. He can
Right,
still
correct. Yeah, that's his plan.
Okay.
So let's see. What was I going to ask now? I forgot.
The 250, say 50.
No, yeah,
separate
yeah.
issues.
I got that already.
And then he said the book is about this first descent. He's going to do
Oh,
chapter
okay.
3.
I got it. Yeah.
Right.
How do
Yeah,
we-
yeah.
How do we get that first chapter free?
That's the thing. I'm trying to
What
figure
do you-
out how I'm going to do it because
My
again,
email
this
address?
is like my first comic book that I'm doing. So
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of learning as I go with how I'm going to like distribute it so people can read it. And
Okay.
I was thinking about like kind of like maybe like a digital, because I know they have digital comic sites where you can post comics. So
Yeah.
I've been looking around for a bit to see what will fit the best because I'm doing it in like a traditional format with panels. So it's not like a webtoon where it's like a scroll,
Mhm. Yeah.
You
So
can actually still do webtoons and do traditional panels. I worked on a webtoon book and we drew everything as on standard comic pages with panels and everything, and you just break it down after the fact when you upload it to the site. You can break it
There
down
you go.
into
oh wow, I did not know that.
yeah.
Okay,
What
that's an
about-
option
what
then.
about,
Cool.
What about Patreon? What if you
I've
just
also
put-
been thinking about doing that too. A lot of people have brought that up to me when they were seeing like what I was doing. They're like, "Yo, you should do a Patreon for your comic. You could do like fan art, or you could do like
yeah, because then you could release
poster
like
art."
you could release so many pages a week, a day or so. Have people comment on that and then continue on. You tell them, hey, stay tuned next week. I'll have 3 more pages for you. Blah blah blah. And you can build up a base that way.
That's actually a lot better than what I thought. I like that. Yeah, that's a good avenue too. There's a lot of ways I could go about it, but I like that. That's a good option doing the Patreon because then it's like people will have something to look forward to when I release more pages. Yeah.
Yeah, get the word out there. People talk. You know how
Yeah.
we like to talk and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about like what I know.
So-
I don't have Patreon. I haven't done webtoons or anything like that, but it's just based on what I've heard, how other people have done it. That I think that would fit what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Well, who was it?
You could even still do a Kickstarter, right?
That's
And
another
your goal-
another route I was thinking about too.
Yeah, you could make it cheap. Hey, right?
Yeah,
now,
there's I've like I've been looking at a lot of different options while I've been working on
Eventually.
my other because I have projects that I work on for other people as well.
Yeah.
So in between that, I take time and I'll do research and things like
Take her
that.
with
And
you.
Yeah.
but
So when you start to monetize this, how much are you thinking about like starting, let's say, to buy like one volume or one of the books that you plan to put out?
48 to 50 pages, right?
I think the chapters vary in pages. Like for example, the first chapter is like I think close to 40 pages,
Mhm.
I believe. So I'm not sure. I mean, I like I said again, like I've been looking stuff up, but this is part of the reason why it's been taking me so long to kind of like pull the trigger and do it because it's like there's a lot of different moving parts that I'm considering. So I don't know. I mean, I would probably have to like get someone that knows more about that kind of stuff and then kind of like, pick their brain and see what they think would be best.
So right now, your goal is make a product. So your brain is compartmentalizing, and you're just trying to crank it out, get it done, and then you'll think about all the rest. Because, I mean, it's hard to shift gears. I think as a
Yeah.
creator. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because right
okay,
now,
well,
currently, like I said, I have started on the pages for the first chapter.
okay.
I've started the storyboarding. Not the storyboarding. I did what do they call it again?
Thumbnail?
Thumbnailing. Yes, there you go. Yeah, I have the thumbnailing done for the pages. Now I'm going and transferring it to storyboarding and actually adding in the details so I can start inking it and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to get that done so that way I can start figuring it out so I can have the people see it because like I said, this first chapter it starts off like there's no okay. One of the things I didn't like about like reading certain comics or animes was when they drag out like unnecessary details or they add fluff.
It's totally Mel.
If anybody gets me at an editor, boy, man, I do a lot of chopping. Let's get to the story. You know, I don't need all this freaking fluff in there. It just drags.
Yeah. So me personally, because I didn't like that, I know there's a lot of other people that don't like that. So my story, basically, because I gave the first chapter, like the writing, I gave it to a couple of people. One of them was my brother because he's very blunt. He doesn't hold anything back. So if I need something honest, I give it to him so he can tell me what's wrong with it. Then I gave it to one of my cousins that loves reading. He reads a lot of manga as well and watches a lot of anime. So he's kind of in that world already. And both of them, they love the pacing. That was the one thing they kept bringing up. They love the pacing. It doesn't sit too long in certain scenes. It's almost like it gives you enough information to where you kind of already understand what's going on and what's going to happen just from the tone of the characters and how they speak and kind of like what's being shown. Because I believe my readers are smart. You know, I'm not going to handhold them and spoon feed every bit of details that's going to happen in the story. You know, I want them, I want them to kind of be able to put context clues together and figure out, oh, wait, that's not right. You know, so, and not only that, it ends up making the story weaker because now you're basically spreading out all the plots that's going to happen before, and by the time they're reading it, they already know what's going to happen before the story's done and not even going to want to read your book anymore. So I constructed it in such a way where it's going to keep you wanting more. It's going to keep you questioning and guessing, oh, what's going to happen in the next page? Or what is he going to say? Oh my God, who are they about to reveal? Like kind of like those moments. Because
that's what you want, right? Because you have to
absolutely
get them to turn the page.
Yeah.
If you can keep them turning the page, they'll be vested in your story and keep on following, right? And they have a lot of them have a very short attention span.
Oh yeah.
But coming from coming from where I'm Korean, so I grew up in that culture.
No way.
Shut up. So I'm sorry, baby. But so when I read a comic book, I feel like there's so much thing wasted with comics. To me, is like a very like concise plot line outlines you're reading, and they don't really linger at the emotional aspects. They don't give space.
Yes.
And I think, in my opinion, to me, I'm the opposite of like Mel and you guys, where I feel like you guys are making it way too abbreviated when you could linger a lot and get the emotional like thing out of it. So maybe you are an interesting mix because you grew up reading like anime and all that, and you also read comics. You're from this culture. So you can like create a good hybrid where it's like a nice pacing, but not too abbreviated like a comic,
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that because when I was constructing the chapters and I was creating and I was writing out the dialogue for the characters, what they say, I made sure to make moments like if it's a very like there's going to be moments that are going to be very intense, like as an example, like say there's a character death, I want to make it to where when a character like if it's an important character that dies, there needs to be a moment for the readers to be able to take that in,
Exactly.
you know.
Yes.
And
Those
I want
are-
to, and not like that. The way I created the story was almost like the reader themselves is in the passenger seat of what Torque is experiencing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Right.
basically, it's almost like they're viewing and learning information as Torque views and learns information. So they'll always be in the mindset of what Torque is seeing and thinking and revealing. So when the twists happen to Torque, the readers will be seeing it for the first time.
Okay.
For the most part, because I'm sure there's going to be some smart readers out there that are going to kind of figure things out before it happens, because that usually, there's people out there that can kind of put things together, but yeah, for the most part, I tried to, like she said, I tried to make sure that there's a mix. Sometimes there'll be moments that are just back to back to back, because that's the emotion I'm trying to evoke. But then there's times where it slows down.
Okay.
And you get to kind of take things in, whether it's the scenery or an intense moment or a realization or a conversation where Torque is having with one of the characters because of character growth, things like that.
Well, you
So I
also
tried
want
to make sure
create-
that I kept it balanced.
Right.
Yes.
You also want to create moments where people can process what just happened.
Yes,
And
correct.
absorb the information that you just passed on. Right.
Yeah.
So you want to give them time for that, especially if you have a very fast scene that's going on with a lot of information that's coming through there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hold on that. Let's go around the room and check up on what everybody's doing and get caught up on the bidding here. First, let's go to Katie
Wow.
with that beautiful tank girl.
Oh, that looks good.
Hi.
I
Yeah,
love the yellow.
love the coloring on there, the smirk on her face. She's grabbing is that a hose or a sword?
No, that's the tank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part that shoots the
Right.
the bullets for the tank.
Yeah. What is it
I
called
also-
again?
The
Like, I
king?
have my little Inuyasha.
I love you,
Nice.
Sarah.
He sits at my
That
desk.
was a hot series in the
God,
90s.
yeah.
That was really, really super hot.
It's my first anime crush as a kid.
That's your first? That's
My
kinda
first
interesting.
anime crush.
Oh, your first for anime crush? I don't think I had an anime crush, but I loved Ghost in the Shell. That
That was
That was a
Rama.
good one.
That's a good one. Ghost in the Shell is good.
Is what hooked me into anime and manga. Right, then after that, it was what was after Ghost in the Shell?
Rurouni Kenshin?
No, that came later.
Ranma?
No, Akira.
Oh,
Akira
Akira.
came
Oh,
after
Akira. Yeah.
that came after that, and then all the other stuff just started coming in.
My other favorite is,
Yasha.
Full Metal,
Hey.
which is on my arm.
Oh, Full Metal is so good.
And then I
That's
have,
another one that inspired me. Full Metal.
I guess
Full
Kingdom
Metal's
Hearts
awesome.
really isn't an anime, but I
Okay.
got Kingdom Hearts on my arm too.
And I really like the Escaflowne, but that was like really, really short.
Escaflowne was
Yeah.
so good, but it's
Love that.
tragic because the timing when it showed, because I was in Japan at that time, they were showing Evangelion and Escaflowne at the same time. So Evangelion just buried Escaflowne, and Escaflowne is supposedly supposed to have 3 more episodes,
Yeah,
but they had to cut it short because nobody was viewing it. But I was viewing it.
so was I. So was I.
Yeah.
I was watching all that.
God,
too.
You like Escaflowne?
Oh, please.
Oh my god, that's why I love you, man.
I liked it so much. I had some of the kits
Really?
as well. And,
Oh my god,
yeah,
I'm
I
so
thought
in love with you right now.
Those nights were like so cool to me. Yeah. Well, anyway, so we have Tank Girl here looking for a bid of $100. Right. So if you want to place that bid, go ahead and do so in the comments. Don't forget to fill out that form if you are a winner. Next up, we have Tony Kordos, who is working on the Absolute Joker. That is some crazy
Oh
stuff.
my god, that looks.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
Is that,
I think the part that makes it so terrifying is the very tiny pupils.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know he's psychotic.
Those tiny little white eyes.
Yeah, making
Yeah,
him
it
making him
helps.
look like an what do you call that? An alien now, not from this world.
like a giant chihuahua. Like, I don't know. Like,
I don't know about that,
really
but
messed up.
Tony is also
Yeah.
looking for an opening bid of $100. So if you want to place that bid in the comments, go ahead and do so. And let's see, we'll see who's going to get the first bid tonight.
Oh, that Wolverine looks good.
Oh my
yeah.
god, what the heck? It looks like an anime cell.
Yeah, that is clean.
It looks like cell shading. I like that.
Yeah,
Like
it does.
totally looks like a cell.
Yeah, that is really clean, Roberto.
Damn.
Looking for an opening bid of 75 on that. Win that, and it will be coming to you from Canada. That is really sharp. We'll see what else he's gonna put on there.
Oh shit, her size is 9x12.
I think everybody's doing about a 9x12.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, okay, now last but not least,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna look at Mog. She's working on.
I didn't really work on it. It was
At least she has something. The Pirate Electra
just the body.
only has the pencils. Still pretty, you know.
I was so mesmerized by
She got
the
into
story.
in the story and the talking.
Oh,
She forgot she was supposed to actually be drawing something.
Yeah, she forgot. You know,
Oh,
and somehow she thinks she's the co-host of a show. I don't know where she gets that idea from. Just because it says sketch up with Mog and Mel. I don't know.
wow, we got a bid. Woohoo! Thank you.
And Lieutenant places 150 on Katie and 150 on Roberto. Thank you very much for that. Those two are sold. And Lieutenant has been a big follower of the show, so we appreciate him
guy.
being here
Yeah.
for that. And let's see, did I cover everything? Yeah, I did. And hey, and if you haven't yet, hit that follow button, huh? So that way you can keep up with all the shows that the EXP has coming every week, including my good buddy Andre Compound, who comes up with his show, I believe, on Thursdays at 11 a.m. 11 a.m.
Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
There you go. Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. He did have a show today, right?
Yeah, but that's on Henri on his own channel.
Oh, that's his. Okay. There you go. So Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can catch my buddy Andre whipping out those books very cheap. So if you want to get some really good stories, get caught up with the characters from Marvel, DC, and whoever else, that's a good way to do that. Alrighty. And now back to Danny.
oh,
All right, so we got that. We see that you're going to be coming up. You got about 5 acts, and it looks like they're going to be about averaging about like 5 volumes per act. That's about 25 volumes. How long do you think that's going to take you to get all that out there?
well, since it's just me drawing everything, I realistically, because I'm closing out a few of the projects that I've been working on since the ending of last year,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be opening up a lot of free time to basically put that towards working on the book.
Do you do this full time?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And-
I do it full time.
And you say you're working like another project, so I don't know. Like for us, it's always hard to like balancing with our regular commercial
Yeah,
work.
it's pretty challenging. Yeah.
Really hard.
So, how much time do you give to your own personal projects?
If I'm being honest, I've been pretty bad about it the last couple months because I've been taking care of a bunch of other things outside of work because I stay with my brother and my uncle because we take care of him because he's he's a lot older, so it's a lot harder for him to do things.
I
So
understand.
yeah, so we do that, and then when I'm not doing that, I usually try to work on other people's projects one day, and then one day I take off, and then the next day I take some of that time the next day to then work on my stuff. And
That's a lot of time because like Morgan and I, we barely have time to work on our personal stuff, but we're trying to maneuver it where we're not taking up as much projects as we've done in the past.
that's what I've been doing as well. Yeah, I've been kind of slowing down.
And find balance because you still got to pay the bills.
Yeah,
And you know, when you're working on your own personal projects, you can't really pay yourself. You know,
sure
that comes later. You
yeah,
hope it'll come later. It'll pan out, but
yeah. So
Yeah.
realistically, it takes me anywhere from a day or two to fully finish a page.
okay.
So storyboarding, inking, adding any details, then lettering. And once I'm done with that, I the next day I look at it, make sure, because it's always good to look at it with a fresh pair of eyes after, because you're like zoomed in looking at stuff in details.
Yeah.
So depending on outside events that may take place throughout the day, it could take anywhere from 2 to 3 days to finish a page. So with that in mind, I'm not sure. I know I want to at least get close to finishing the first act by the end of this year.
Okay.
That's my long-term goal. I'm trying to make sure that I can at least get the first act done. Or at least close to at least half. So that way I can have something to put out for people to see.
Right.
And then they can kind of give me feedback and see what they think and tell me what they think of the story, the characters and things like that. Because at the ending of chapter 1, you meet the first character that Torque's going to be with throughout the story. And his name is Isaac Dravenheart.
Okay.
How
And he's-
old is it? How old is Torque?
How old is Torque? He is 17.
Okay. So it's not PG like 13.
No. There's going to be blood and death and killing and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not going to be egregiously violent like what's the one manga my brother likes, Guts. What is it called again? Berserker. Yes. It's not going to be like Berserker. Berserker is hardcore.
Yeah,
It's not going to be like that. But it's going to be artistic, stylistic ways of the characters dying. So it'll be an all white background with the silhouette of the character getting sliced in half or something, as an example.
That's amazing.
Stuff like that, so it's going to still be pleasing to the eye and you'll know what's happening. But as far as gratuitous violence, it's not going to be that's not the main goal of the story I'm telling, but it's also going to show that there's going to be times where Torque can't avoid that because of the harsh world he's in. Because just to give you an idea of Exion looks like Mad Max meets Fallout.
Oh my God, that's really bad.
Yeah. So there's
really
raiders, there's bandits, there's giant destroyed dilapidated towers. There's also, like I said, there's a magic element to it. So there's there's old ancient artifacts that are left behind by previous people or previous Solarettes that were there. There's sigils, there's things like that are around. And because of the amount of leaks of astral energy, it's kind of like radiation. So it begins to mutate people when they inhale or are around too much of it. So there's also mutated creatures, mutated animals that you'll probably see in the world, things like that. So it's a pretty bad looking world when Torque lands, and it's gonna be a very huge tonal shift for Torque, because Torque, most of his life, he lived on Elysium.
Oh, he's from the upper.
Yes, he was born in the upper. Yeah.
Okay.
So
then I was thinking about why have you calling it Ascendant Legacy of the Fallen? Okay, now I get it.
see, it's kind of clicking now. Yeah. So basically, Torque is born in Elysium. The only life he knows is of the city above. He doesn't know of Exion. Right now, he's in his mindset, he believes that Exion is like gone, like uninhabited. There's nobody down there. Because he's kept in the dark about a lot of information. And Valen is basically running tests on Torque to find out how much astral energy he's outputting, because eventually he wants to use Torque as a permanent battery. So he no longer has to consume the planet. But then that means Torque dies. That's the inevitable goal for Valen, is to use Torque almost like he's treating Torque like he's making like an Iron Man suit. So he can just have something where he doesn't have, so he can walk around. Because right now, Valen is like stuck to his chair. He can't get up and go too far because he's the tubes that are connected to the planet are connected to his city, and then they're interfed through the workings of the buildings and stuff inside, and they go into his chair. So there's a direct feed to his body. They're connected to like his spine. So he can't get up and walk too far. So he's tired of being constrained to his throne. He's like, I want to walk. I want to do things. I'm tired of this. And he learned about the Solareths and, the amount of power that they can produce. So he is using Torque. And I don't want to say more than that because that's going to reveal the twist. But
as we continue on, we learn more and more.
But basically, chapter 1, being that everybody's going to be seeing it, so I can talk about chapter 1. Chapter 1, it starts off with Torque training. He's training with Varric, which is his father. And Varric is a scientist that works directly under Valen. And he's basically, Varric is basically supposed to like monitor Torque's vital signs and help him like kind of train his body to handle the amount of astral energy that he's producing. But because he produces so much, because he's a Solareth, but he doesn't know this yet. Torque doesn't know he's a Solareth yet. He finds it out way later. But they create a special suit to help mitigate and kind of like transfer that energy into the suit. So that way it's not like directly coming out of his body because it could destroy everything. He could become a bomb without being able to control the power. And that's the suit you see him wearing in the artwork. So basically, that suit he's wearing is to keep his power under control. And basically, throughout the story, you see it starts off with Torque training, and then he goes to do his test because he has to go do calibrations for the suit. And this is when kind of things go awry, so to speak, because he's been training, he's been growing more astral energy. He's been producing more than the suit can handle. So when he's going to go do the test, things go awry. His power explodes outward, starting to destroy stuff. Valen comes to investigate what's going on. And in the chaos, Varric sees it as an opportunity for Torque to escape. So Torque escapes through the vents to get out into the upper city, and it's like a flashbang to him because he has not seen the outside of Elysium before. He's always been inside of rooms and corridors because he's being treated like a subject, like a project. So he's not really able to live like a normal teenager life. All his life, all he's known is the walls of where he's been training and kind of getting tests done. So seeing the outside of Elysium, it's like this white gold, perfect world, so to speak. There's fabricated trees, there's floating plants and things like that, cars flying around in this world, swirling, think like futuristic type world is what Elysium is. And the people, when they see him, they start freaking out because they know of what he is, because Valen warns people of people with the astral energy. He tells them, stay away from Project Zero. That's what Torque is called, Project Zero. So he comes out of this sewer like type exit, and he's flashbanged by this huge world that he's never seen before. And out of nowhere, you hear on the intercoms, Subject Zero has escaped. Be on the lookout. And then guards start flying in from a jet. They land. They're starting to try and surround Torque. Torque tries to escape. And obviously, he's been training with Varric, so he knows how to fight. And his fighting style is a mixture of Mugen from Samurai Champloo and Bakugo from My Hero. So he uses like explosives to like spin himself around and increase his speed to do breakdance moves and things like that to fight. He's very acrobatic and feral with the way he fights in the beginning. So, you know, he's fighting these guards trying to escape, and he ends up at the edge of Elysium. But when he goes to try and get out, he feels there's like an invisible barrier covering all of Elysium, like a big dome, almost like they're encased in a dome. And basically, as that's happening, his power starts to surge and spike again, almost like an overload's about to happen. The guards surround him around the wall. His power spikes again, and there's this big, giant green explosion that sends everybody flying, but it also sends Torque flying off of Elysium. And the final shot, it zooms out, and you see a falling star from Elysium from the sky, and it's Torque.
You're lagging because of that. You're at the same time. You just stop.
What happened?
You just stop that tab.
No, it's you're.
We're lagging because of Mel.
I'm answering the comments and stuff, and
Oh,
so, but I guess
no.
it's causing like a rift in our stream.
Mm.
Oh no, it's a glitch in the matrix.
Just trying to do my.
Mel,
I'm just trying to do my job.
You gotta stop it. No. You gotta close out the tab.
Sorry, I can't do that.
Really?
Anyway, go ahead.
Started lagging out for a second. Oh no, we're good now.
Story seems very, very elaborate. And I almost feel like it should be a novel instead of a
I know.
comic book. There's like so much in there with the, because you didn't just, you know, when we say world building, right? I don't know if people get it, but it's trying to figure out like not just how the characters move and interact with each other, but they're also interacting with the world, right? And,
Yes.
and the world you need to create, you know, like how does this world work? What does it power on? Where, you know, what kind of factions do you have, and all this? And we don't get that kind of information all the time.
Yeah, like I said, I've been
It's
working on this for a
very,
while, so I've had a lot of
refreshing
time
and,
to flesh things out.
Really, really good to hear your story. But like I said, I feel like it's more of a novel than a comic book or a manga.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Steve says every time it slows down the internet.
oh, it's starting to lag again.
Okay.
You're lagging. They can't hear you. You need to close.
I can't close that mug. That's how I interact with some of this stuff here.
Let's do this. Let's take a commercial break while Mel figures out what the heck's going on, and we'll be right back after this message from the experience. How's that sound?
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience. Sure, comic books are beautiful, but underneath, there's something more authentic and exciting. The original art. See the pencils, the lines, the shading, as if you were there in the studio watching the artist work. Getting a peek at comics' backstage is easy with the original art experience.
All right, Friday night, guys. Thank you for being here. To be doing anything, the fact that you're here means the world to me.
Nick's pieces are always value priced with your budget in mind, for the beginning collector to the veteran.
And this is gorgeous. You got Aquaman and Mira.
Join the original art experience with Nick and our friendly crew of regulars, even if it's just to enjoy the art. Fridays at 7. It's all part of the experience.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are, hopefully everything is working perfectly. I think we finagled a few things to try and get this thing to stream better for us. Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Nobody? Okay. Got a thumbs up from Roberto. Katie, can you hear me?
Are we
Yeah, I can
lagging?
hear you.
Yeah. Okay. See, Tony, you good? Okay, Tony was on mute, but he's still inking. Let's go around the room and take a look at where everybody is at, starting with Katie. If we can close in on that. There's the tank girl, looking pretty sweet there. You can see that it's getting close to being done. And that has a bit of okay. That currently has a bid of 150, so we are looking for the next bid on that, and we do take bids of in $5 increments. So 155 would be the next bid. Go ahead and put that in the comments if that's what you would like. And next up, we have the Wolverine from Roberto. That too also has a bid of 150. We are looking for the next bid on that, and he's putting in the touches on there, making it look really cool. Right. And next we have Tony, who's working on the Absolute Joker. But
Tony's got to leave and come back. So next up is Mog.
Next up is Mog. Let me take a look at Mog. Okay, she's actually worked on it a little bit, and we can actually see something on the page this time. So,
That's cool.
There you go. That. Looking for a bit of 150. She's been working on these pirate themed characters for a while. That's going to be the last in that series, and when we come back after Emerald, we'll be starting a new one. And what that will be, I don't know yet. We'll see. Well, Mog and I will probably talk about it, more like fight about it. But hey, that's how we work. Let's see. Did I cover everybody already? Tank Girl, Danny. Okay, yeah, so that's good. So if you want to place a bid, go ahead and do so in the comments, and we will mark that. And you can also keep up with it on the ticker tape to see where all the bids are at. Don't forget to, if you do win a piece, please register at that website, also on the ticker. Okay. And going back to Danny here. Well, actually, I think I covered all my questions, which is kind of cool. You're planning to put this through initially after you get your first chapter out there. Is it through Kickstarter, or did you have any other plans?
I'm probably not going to do the first chapter through Kickstarter. The first chapter is just to kind of like give people an idea of the world, and kind of setting the tone for the story, and if it's something they're interested in, and then I'll kind of like see feedback from there, because I have a few places I'm going to post it. I'm going to probably like make a website specifically for kind of like posting the pages on, and then kind of like provide a link for people can go to the link and they can easily like read it that way.
Right.
And I'll probably what I'm probably also going to do is post like progression once I start getting the pages done. and I'll post them on my
Right.
socials, which like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Post them on there for people to check out, see what they think as I do progress of the first chapter. Just to kind of keep it for people to keep it on their mind, so it's not like just disappearing. So
right. It's just on their radar.
Yeah, because basically what I want to do is once I post that chapter and people like it, which I'm confident people are going to enjoy it from the combination of like my storytelling and then my artwork with it. I would hope so. I would really hope that people would like it. I like it and I enjoy it and I have a blast drawing it and writing it. So I'm sure there's someone out there that's going to like what I do. So depending on engagement, it could end up blowing up or getting more people engaged and wanting more. And if that's the case, I want to make sure I at least have more than just chapter 1 completed at that point. So that way I already have more to kind of put out there for people to continue being able to see and stuff like that, and knowing an update on what's going on. So currently that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm kind of putting the pieces together, figuring out my plan.
I think that's a good plan because you're virtually an unknown, right? And if you trickle out your story of the first chapter out slowly, that gives you time to do a couple of things to hook people onto it, start establishing your customer base, and it also gives you time to work on the succeeding chapters. So that way, when you are done with that first chapter, you can right away put out that second chapter, so that way there's not too much time waiting, and you continue to gain that interest, maintain that interest and stability, and continue to build your customer base, right? Because one of the problems that we've had going through the 90s, which was a great time to be in comics, I think, even with the problems, even with the problems that we had in the industry at that time. And one of the main problems was that the books just weren't coming out quick enough. Mainly with Image, you'd get,
if at all,
you get a first issue, and then second, third, when are they coming? So there's that long wait period, and you lose interest and stuff. So if you can maintain that where they don't have to wait too long, I think that will be one of the factors in leading you to succeed in your project. But it sounds like a really fun project. I'm actually enthralled with what I've heard in the world building that you've done. I've already sent you a message that make sure that I get a copy of that.
I saw that message go through.
So I can check into stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm really excited to get this first chapter out for people to kind of be introduced into the world of Exion, the world of Torque, and what he's going to go through in his adventure, and the characters he's going to meet. Because there's a total of 8 characters that will be introduced throughout the entire story that are part of the main squad. There's Torque, which is the main character. There's Isaac. Then after you meet Isaac, which is he's an awesome character. His nickname is he's known as the Human Philosopher's Stone. I can get into that another time because that guy
kind of like the brains. Sounds like he's the brains of the team.
He is. Yes, he is. He's basically because he's Torque's uncle. So yeah, so that gets explained later in the story as well. So there's Isaac. Then you meet Saijiro, which is a samurai, and he has the ability to use wind with his powers. Then you have Senji, which has a dragon trapped in his body.
Wow.
There's a lot of details for that character. He's He's awesome. He's a blind fighter. He doesn't have any. He can't see. But he can do kind of like Daredevil, where he can like see things with his because the dragon gives
So
him
he's
what's
got
called dragon sense. Huh?
All right, so kind of like a radar ability then.
Yeah, he the dragon gives him an ability called dragon sense, and he can use that to kind of see the aura of people around him, like the energy signature of people in environments
yeah.
around him. Then there's let's see, so we got Torque, Isaac, Saijiro, Senji. There's Ishimaru, the Wukari, which I told you about already. Then number 6 is Rao Shinmaru. He is introduced way later. I think Act 3 or 4 he gets introduced. He's a warrior that protects the 4 pillars of creation. And that is its own story arc, that thing right there, the 4 pillars of creation. And basically, as all the wars were going on and things were getting destroyed, he stood his ground and protected the 4 pillars. He never left that place to make sure those pillars didn't fall. So you could just imagine he has like scars all over his body. He's like this like old warrior. Like, it's so cool. The story behind him is awesome. I love that character. Then there's Amara, and Amara was a failed, quote unquote, failed in the eyes of Valen, at least, a failed Ascendant project, because Valen was trying to create new Solareths himself before he discovered Torque. And one of those creations was Amara. And she was failed because she started developing compassion and emotion for things. He didn't want that. He wanted something that was cold and calculated. And because of that, he considered her a failed project. And then the last character is Kayleen, which is the character that's based on my mother. So that's the entire squad. That's the whole group of characters that you'll meet throughout the story. You get to learn their goals and why they're being involved, and how they ended up where they are, and then kind of how their stories all intertwine to end up stopping Valen, because there are 4 major regions in my story, and each region is ruled by a different general that was overseen by Valen. And basically, these regions are the key points where the conduits are implanted into the planet. The 4 conduits that are fed into his tower, those are all guarded by each of the different generals, protected basically, like to make sure that they don't get destroyed or messed with or anything like that. And each of them are in a different region. So one is a region of lava and fire and volcanoes and things like that. One is a region that's basically constantly surrounded by tornadoes and windstorms and things like that. And there's floating platforms caught in stasis in the storm and and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really cool areas that the characters are going to see as they adventure through this big destroyed land. And basically their goal is to destroy their goal is basically to defeat the 4 generals by shutting down each of the conduits, weakening Valen, and then confronting him. That's like the overarching goal, basically.
Well, you sounds like you still got a lot of work to do there, and we're happy to have you. Probably want to maybe bring you back in the last quarter of the year and see like where you are with that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Maybe and see a lot more of it as well. And, see if we can help you hype that up. Yeah, because that sounds really cool. I'm interested. And so I want to read that first chapter and see.
Like I said, once it's done, I'll definitely make sure to send you a copy.
Okay, so we got about 25 minutes left. If you haven't placed a bid yet, go ahead and do so in the comments if you so wish on the beautiful artwork that we have being produced here today. You can pretty much see everybody's artwork where they're going with it. Wow, that Absolute Joker is looking really badass. Okay. Can't see Maud because she likes to hide her work all the time. But I'll show that. We'll go around the room in a little bit here. But let's check in with the artists and see what they have currently on their plate. What's going on with them? Hey, Katie, how are you doing? What do you have going on? Anything you got anything going special or coming down? I know you're going to be in Las Vegas.
I'm always in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about you're gonna be at the amazing Las Vegas show, which I'm totally jealous about.
I actually have well in March I am going to be one of the artists of the month for Comic Capsules. And then
Wow.
Yeah, so that's exciting. And then I'll be boothing in WonderCon in March as well. April, I'll be back in Vegas for Level Up. May, I'll be in Vegas for Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con. I think that's it right now that's currently on my schedule.
Well, that's a lot
things been kind of
in the first half of the year. So that's
first
quite
couple
a bit
months
there.
always
So
crazy.
you're
We're
busy,
going down to Burbank for Transformers Con too. Not to booth, but I don't know if you remember at LACC, I had all those voice actors at my booth. So I have a couple of them that are actually going to be coming with me and doing signings with me this year as well. So I'm going down to Burbank at the beginning of March to kind of like seal the deal on who's going to be with what cons with me this
what an
year.
honor that is. Yeah.
Yeah, It's been really fun to work with all the voice actors. So it's been.
Oh, that's cool. Very, very cool. And there she is working on the Tank Girl. Currently has a bid of 150, so you can place additional bids on it in the comments if you so wish. And let's go to Tony.
Hello.
How you doing? What you got on your plate that's going down?
I am currently working on G.I. Joe, doing the interior inks on that, and I just finished a cover for an indie book called Seeds of Evil. I'm not sure who's publishing it because I can't remember the name of it. And then a whole bunch of convention appearances and whatnot. So I'm gonna see you guys next week in Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, you are going to Emerald. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's a big one. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there. Andre Compound will be there, so I'll try to see if I can get a picture of him and post it up for all the EXP guys there. And we'll be hooking up with Justin Hunt and a couple other guys that we worked with. That's publishers. So it's a big show. Looking forward to that. It's going to be our first really big show of the year. So if you guys are coming down, stop by our table. We'll be at M27. Where will you be, Tony? Do you know?
I am at K28.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're practically either behind us or right in front of us.
Yeah, I think I'm well, depending on what direction you're facing. I'm facing the front.
Yeah.
So you'd be behind me. But
okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, and we could probably throw stuff at each other.
Oh yay, paper airplanes.
Right. There you go.
I've always wanted to do that.
And Roberto, are you there? Calgary Expo. Okay. I'm trying to read the rest there. And creator owned comics. You got a merch shop. Your merch shop is open. Commission is opening very soon. A lot of top secret stuff is on the way. I like the way how this message is delivered. It seems so very top secret too.
It's like James Bond. Is it going to blow up after like 30 seconds and us reading it?
This message will now self-destruct.
Oh, yeah. Oh man,
Mission
so sorry
Impossible.
to hear that, man. Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
we're looking
Nice,
forward to
bro.
seeing you in Calgary. We'll be there. We'll have our SketchUp panel. Mug will be in Comic Explosion. And when we were there the last time, I forgot how it happened, but we ended up at this place, and I think it started either at 9 or 10 p.m. But it was happy hour, and it was half price of all their meats, right? So
Barbecue. It was a
yeah,
barbecue joint.
it was a barbecue joint. So I go, man, and first of all, Canada pricing is low to begin with, and then you're taking advantage of the currency exchange, which is about 30%, right? So it's like getting a 30% discount, and then it's half off of that, right? So definitely want to go back to that spot. I'll let everybody know if you want to join us, Roberto. You're more than welcome to do so.
Well, let's pray that they're still in business, because they might not be in business.
Well, it's not quite a hole in the wall place, so I don't think it'll be going out soon. Seemed to be a very popular place to hang out late at night. So I think it will be. Let's see, Roberto, king of the money art. Okay, thanks Stevie for that. All right, and okay, and for
It says, do you permanent?
do
What?
you remember what
Roberto,
what they were
what?
called?
We're called.
I can find it, and eventually, and I'll send you that. I can find it because
Gosh,
I took pictures and I usually tag it.
the meat was so good. I never had burnt ends before. I never even knew they existed.
Oh,
But they had
burnt
burnt
ends.
ends. Oh my god, it was so good.
that's some good southern eating right there.
Oh, southern. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
those were good.
And the drinks were really cheap too.
Yeah, well,
Oh my God.
like I said, it was in
Insane.
Canada, so it's already like 30%
Yeah.
discount with the exchange rate. But yeah, I'll get that information. I'm actually planning to let a bunch of people know about it and see if they want to go there. But the thing is that happy hour doesn't start until
Yeah.
like
Really late.
9 or 10, right?
To starve yourself till then.
But I don't know. We ended up walking there, and we hit a couple places along the way.
No, we drove.
We drove.
Yeah.
Okay. I forget. Okay, but yeah, and I forget the reason why we ended up going there late. Do you
Because the Uber that you requested
Uh-huh.
took an hour,
remember?
and he said, "I'm lost. I can't find you."
An
Uh-huh.
hour
So
to get
yeah.
an Uber.
yeah, and he wouldn't cancel on us, and he said you should cancel, and like we don't want to pay the cancellation fee. So it was like a fight between the two, and then my friend artist got fed up, and he requested an Uber. So we just took his Uber, and that's why we got so late.
Yeah, was that Crease?
It was Crease.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Crease
Oh,
Lee
I
was
love
with us.
Crease.
Yeah, Crease was
Crease is
there.
cool.
Who else did we have? We had Don Wynn. Anybody else? It was like somebody else, I think.
Don't win and just us. Crease, Don't win, and me.
Okay, was that it? I thought there was
Yeah.
more than that. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna let like a handful of people know like where we're going, and we'll head out there. I'll definitely give that information to you, Roberto. Yeah, along with everybody else that's hanging out with us, and see if we can get some good eats in Calgary. Actually, we had quite a bit of good eats in Calgary. Okay, Dan, Katie, Tony. Okay, yeah, I think I covered it. I think that covers everybody except for Mog. So Mog has been working on quite a bit of things this year, and he's got quite a bit done. And unfortunately, we're not able to show it. But I am going to show this one piece that she just recently finished, and that's the cover to the Snowpod trade paperback that's going to be
Isn't that the one with
launched.
National?
And I'm gonna kind of sneak it for our fans here. That's gonna get launched in April, right? So you're not gonna officially see it until then, and it will be headed out to the Barnes and Noble retail store. So we're really happy about that. And if Kyle has that ready, we can show that. There's a couple of large commissions that she's also finishing up on, and can't quite show them yet. But I've been doing like sneak peeks off her FB page. And so you can see more. I'm going to do another sneak peek again tomorrow on another piece. And there's that snowpunk over there.
Oh, that's
and then
nice.
we have the publisher was very, very pleased with that as well. And so we're happy to get that. She's got 2 covers to work on that's going to be due by the end of next month. A couple of other commissions and large commissions, that is, and one really big one after that. So, but that's what we have on the plate. March is a very, very busy month because we've got Emerald City. And then 2 weeks after that, it's going to be the Toronto Comic Con. And right after that, it's going to be C2E2. So our plan is to do Toronto. And there. And then fly directly to Chicago to do C2E2. So we won't be home for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but you know, the crappy part about going to a con so often back to back is like your weight or your body kind of blows up, because I think you can't seem to eat and exercise healthy. So you just keep eating bad food every single time. And that's the challenge. Like, how do you stay healthy while you're doing the con?
Healthy.
Well, the cool thing is that for Chicago, we'll be staying with Henri, and we've been staying there for a while. I have full control of the kitchen there. Henri hardly comes in it anyway, and so I can cook us healthy food. And like I said, we're pretty comfortable there, so we can do our own physical routine there. We need to do so that way you can try to stay on your fit schedule. So, but that's what we got coming down the pike. So that means next month we will have one show, which will be in 2 weeks. And then you won't see us until April 9th, I believe. Okay, but now to make up for all that, I scheduled, and I'm still working on all this, to have some special shows in April. Okay, one show is I'm gearing up to, and I think I can probably pull this one off. We're getting close to finalizing everything. Is to have Jen Leonard back with a special group of artists from that has worked on Zenoscope. Right, so you can look for that. And I'm going to have a very special group of artists on another show, and they are all from the Philippines. And I'm working with a good friend of mine, Sandy Sonales, who helps to run the Manila Comic Con over there. And he's brought in quite a bit of people from here and over Asia into that show. It's just starting out. But it's a show that has a lot of promises, and so I'm working with him to try and bring some of those artists onto the show. There's some pretty good names on there. I don't want to say who yet until everything is firm, so you can watch for that. And also in the last week of April, we really had fun with that VOA sketch card sketch off at the beginning of this year. So I'm planning to have another one in the last week of April. So if you guys like that, you're gonna like this one. In the lineup again for this show, it's gonna be, I'm trying to get people that has not been on the show before and whose art that you'll really appreciate. And these are gonna be people that have that are kind of well known. They're not top tier, okay, but they are pretty well known. You know, so don't expect to see like Jim Lee or anything like that. But it'll be good people that I'm working on to get on that show. So April is going to be a big month for SketchUp with this fantastic lineup. If we are able to pull it off, so hopefully you guys stay in touch. Best way to do that: hit that follow button. See our pages on Instagram and Facebook to see who is scheduled when and where. And hopefully you guys will enjoy all that as much as I enjoy putting it all together.
We appreciate
All right.
you, Mel.
Who said that?
Tony.
Okay. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Mel. I
yeah.
appreciate
Mhm.
Copycat.
Yeah. And hopefully we bring other new creatives like we did tonight with Danny, who told us a thrilling, epic
I know.
journey with story.
I loved it. It was so
Thank you. I'm glad to be on here. It was cool. It was a very new experience.
You know what? Next time, when you do come back to our show, maybe you should also sketch your main characters, and then or something.
Well,
That would be cool.
That's what I was going to say. That's the reason why I wanted to bring you back later in the year, so that way we could like see more. And
that'd be awesome. I would love to do that.
You'll have art already done that you could share. And
I'll have all the characters, like, because right now I just finished a couple days ago. I'm doing like character cards basically of all the main characters, and I did a couple days ago. I don't know if it was my time gets very muddied with all the stuff I do, but it might have been more than a couple days ago. But it was a drawing I did of Isaac and his final design. I had put it up on Facebook, but I can open it up here real quick on my computer and show you guys. I don't know how good the quality is going to be, but I have it here. I have a whole folder with all of my like artwork and characters and stuff like that I've been working on. So where's the current? Oh, here it is. Switch the here. Okay, so this is Isaac. I'm not sure if you
Oh
can.
wow!
Yeah, we can see that.
Wow, you even did the Isaac. You did it in katakana.
Yeah, I actually looked up how to write his name. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's actually the writing for his name. I looked it up, so I was making sure it was accurate.
Yeah. Except
But
make sure
that's-
you do this.
This is
Go
Isaac.
ahead. Yeah.
But yeah, that's I'm gonna be doing that for all of the main cast. So all 8 characters are gonna have something like that, where it's like, like and they're like signature pose with a background border and then their name. But the reason I even did that with the
Now
Japanese letters is because I'm a big fan of like I said, I love anime and manga. Samurais are really, really one of the things I like the most. That's why I like playing like Ghost of Tsushima was one of the games I really enjoyed playing because it's like in that samurai realm. And my character, Sayuro, the samurai, is based off of like a lot of my favorite samurai characters growing up, including Musashi.
Okay.
Musashi. Yeah.
So there's a lot of different inspirations that I took ideas and kind of like things that I liked as I grew up reading stuff. And
you have a lot of information to share. I don't know. You might want to consider putting like an ash can together where you have the character, your character drawings in there, and then each one has a character profile, and you can give a story synopsis. That might be a great way to introduce your story to get people piped about what you have planned. Because I know I would like to get a little bit of inside scoops on that.
I want the sketch of the world.
That too, and you can explain the powers and
yeah.
That kind of thing. Those are kind of interesting to do. Not a lot of people do those ashcans anymore, but I think that if that's used in a proper way, that can be a very useful thing to have still. And I think your story with the depth and amount of information that you already have on there, that would be a good source material to have to hand out or sell cheaply for a few bucks or so, because those ashcans cost so little to put together. You could get that done at a regular print shop. You don't have to go to a graphic printer or anything like that.
Yeah, there's a site I have that I use whenever I do prints that I go to, and it's pretty inexpensive to print in bulk. So I could definitely see myself doing that. And you said it's called a ashcan?
Yeah, it's called an ashcan. Yeah,
it's an old school term where you just like put sketches of your stuff, and they're very small. They're
that half size.
Like that.
They're like a half.
Okay.
It's like the ultimate teaser.
Done. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Pretty much. Right. We have like 3 minutes left. Let's go around the room and check out everybody's artwork. We see the Roberto's Wolverine out there. Currently has a bid of 150. Looking for the next bid on that. Oh yeah, baby.
Wow.
Snip.
He's so sexy.
Oh my God! It looks like Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah, Capcom, man.
There you go.
Like the cell shaded art for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's cool.
It really feels like Capcom.
That is.
I like that. That art style. Good Lord, that looks good.
That downshot perspective too, as well. Yeah. Really pushing that. It looks really badass.
He's so chunky.
All right, let's go to Tank Girl with Katie. Oh, okay. Well, we can look at. Okay, there we go.
Oh my God.
Got a lot going on here. She's riding on the barrel of the tank barrel in the desert, smoking a cigarette, light that up, playing fire with fire there.
Are you using a linen sheet, a canvas sheet?
It's an acrylic paper.
Okay.
So,
there you go.
and then it's probably 90% acrylic ink, and then I went over a little bit with some marker, and now I'm just doing some line work with a brown brush pigment marker.
Okay, we got a bid. Thanks again, Lieutenant, for placing the bid on Tony's Absolute Joker for $100.
That Joker.
We're happy to see that all our
wow
from our guests.
Okay, now I see everything. That is so badass.
Oh, that looks insane.
Yeah.
That's a lot of teeth.
Yeah, that's a lot of teeth.
That is cool. There you go.
That is amazing.
All right.
Okay.
And last but finally, Pirate Electra. And there she goes. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight.
Actually finished it.
Danny, it was great hearing your story, and we'll definitely have to have you back.
Stole the show.
Tony, I hope this was a great first experience for you. Definitely looking forward to seeing you next week. Katie, girl, we'll be seeing you in Amazing.
Yeah, I hope you feel better, man.
And Roberto, we'll be seeing you in Calgary. So it's great that we get to see everybody. Did
you say you're coming to Amazing?
Love that. Oh no, we won't be coming to. Oh,
no, you're not. You're going. Well, I'm not going to see you at all this year.
We'll be at Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe WonderCon. Yeah, maybe we'll stop by there. Right.
Just come say hi. I'll be there for sure.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm going to be boothing next to Lee.
No, wait a minute. WonderCon's the same time as C2E2. Man, that sucks.
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh well. We'll figure something out. I'm pretty. Oh, there's still LA Comic Con. We're still waiting for that to see what. Oh wait, you decided
I'm not
you're gonna-
going. I had to cancel because they changed it to Halloween. Who throws their convention on Halloween?
Did they? So yeah, I haven't seen that yet. So,
Fan
It's
Expo San
the-
Francisco's on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's so
I'm not-
dumb.
there. I don't know. I thought I got wind that they might change that, so I'm not really
They need
sure
to.
about that. We'll see. Yeah.
Me too.
Because I won't
I
I
agree.
won't do it
Yeah.
until they change it. I ain't
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Well, for us, it's not so bad because Mog's parents live there, so we get to eat turkey while we're out there.
Yeah. But
All right. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
We
Yeah,
will
appreciate
see
it, guys.
everyone in 2 weeks. All right. So take care and see you then. Good night, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.